In episode 1, we showed you how AI bots can fake outrage, hijack hashtags, and basically mess with your social media feed.
Now we're asking a bigger question. Who's programming the outrage machine, and why are they targeting us?
Well, this is Jim, calm, cool, and collected, but deeply suspicious of anything that trends too fast, unless it involves cats or nachos, in which case he's all in.
Oh, and that's Tab. She can smell a fake trend from a mile away. And with decent Wi-Fi and a pot of coffee, she'll have the receipts to you by lunch. And together, we're Unretired AF.
Hello, and welcome to today's episode of the Unretired AF podcast, where we're going to be talking about, and this is our part 2 of the AI bots. And this episode, we're going to be talking about and unmasking who it is that's actually doing these campaigns and why. But before we go there, we want to thank our subscribers. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you. If this is your first time as a viewer of our channel, welcome. And if you're a returning viewer, thank you so much for coming back. We really appreciate that. And we would ask anybody that isn't already to get subscribed to our channel, because we have some exciting stuff coming up for the over 60 and rebellious crowd of Unretired AF Revolution.
Absolutely.
So on today's episode, we're going to start by talking about the engine that is behind all of this outrage. And last episode yesterday, we talked about, all of this fake AI bot generated outrage. The bots. And we're going to talk about the bots and the bad actors who are flooding our social media feeds with this fake outrage. Well, the first thing to understand is that these are fake accounts. These are not real people. They're fake accounts. And from an article I read, which I will include in the description, a link to it, we saw that over 48%, or they estimate 48% of all the accounts on X are bots, particularly in the on the topics that are controversial and angry and whatever. So they tend to be a magnet for those types of activities. So anyway, what they do, and what do? These fake accounts, they're going to flood the social media with hashtags to get that trending. Okay, then they're going to reply to each other, even reply to you, reply to humans, but reply to each other even. And they're going to go and they're going to invade the comment sections for all of these. They're going to create posts, but they're also going to invade the comment section for other people's posts and maybe even other bots' posts. I mean, it's just a really insidious way that they do it. It's meant to look like mass outrage, like that everybody is mad about this, when really it's bullshit. The only people that are mad about it are the bots and a few, some of the humans that they can get pulled into it. But it's all fake, and we need to understand it. Our generation especially needs to understand it because we're the targets for this. The younger generations, they already know. They know. Like I talked to my son, and he's like, "Oh, that's a bot." They know. But they do target us. It's used by who? Who's using these fake bots? Well, the political action, is it political action campaign? Is that what PAC stands for? Is that what PAC stands for? Committee. Political Action Committee. So these PACs, political groups, and even foreign states are trying to get in, and they all have different reasons for doing this outrage. They're trying to create this outrage. I mean, obviously, the political parties are trying to get support for their view on the, on the items, whatever their platform is. And some of the foreign people are just trying to create social instability in our country and other countries around the world.
So this is more than just putting a fake account on X or something. So
because it's a fake account that's attached to an AI. So it's not a human that's answering.
Right. So can you and I start a bot?
Not unless you have an AI. You have an AI.
So you have to have your own I have an AI right next to me.
Yeah, you have to have. I mean, it takes a bit of money to do
I got you.
to do this kind of thing because you
Okay.
have to have the resources. At least as far as I understand, I don't think you can manipulate any of the free or even paid public
Gotcha.
AI programs
Okay.
to make them participate. I don't think so.
Well, we know the big players. I mean, we hear it all the time are Russia, China, and Iran.
Right.
It seems like every time you turn around, they're going to attack our grid or they're attacking our currency or.
But they're masking themselves and disguising themselves as Americans.
Right.
Or whatever country you're in.
Right.
I mean, this is not a uniquely American problem.
No.
This is happening all over the world.
Yeah.
But they want, it could be a foreign actor or it could be a foreign, I'm not going to say foreign actor, it could be a foreign AI controlled, like for instance,
Sure.
they put in prompts and what I mean by that, they put in training to that AI of what the goal is for this campaign that they're going to do.
Gotcha.
And so that's what they do. And if it's just to create instability and make both parties fight against each other, that's what they do.
Gotcha.
But if they're trying to get support for a certain idea that they want that will help them.
Yeah.
Like it wouldn't surprise me a bit if China didn't have a whole bunch of bot attacks, if you want to say, or bot outrage over things that weren't good for them, like the tariffs and things like that. Probably a lot of people that seem like they're Americans going, hey, that's just going to hurt our country. And who knows if they were even real or not.
Right.
It wouldn't surprise me. I don't know that, but.
Yeah. Well, they've been using this tactic for years. They for, just a number of things, but mainly, I mean, we've seen this lack of integrity in our election cycles really about the past 20 years?
Probably. I mean, from both sides.
At least 20 years.
From both sides.
Yeah. The other thing too is we see these domestic grifters pushing their culture war content to everyone that's out there.
Right.
They know they can do it to drive traffic,
which equates
with money or
money.
Donations.
Right.
Same thing.
Right.
Don't always believe what you're giving to a charitable contribution is going to that charity.
Right. That's a different topic.
Yeah. Most of the time, it's not about the truth.
Mm-mm.
But what it is about is your reaction.
Right.
That's all it's about is your reaction.
Right.
The madder you get, the happier they are because it makes them money.
Exactly.
They're made to upset, manipulate, right, the marketplace.
Right. I mean, exactly. They're designed to create an emotion in us. And whether that emotion is to, like Jim said in yesterday's episode, whether it's to cancel a brand,
right,
or whether it's to speak out and maybe they'll say, write to your, senators about this issue.
Yeah.
Because they have a certain agenda that they're trying to push. But just understand, and this is the part that I think our generation, I mean, I can say even for myself, and I'm very tech savvy. I've been involved, in online since 1996 was my first CompuServe account. For those of you also out there who have been on a while, way before AOL, I was CompuServe. But I think our generation just doesn't understand how good this AI is. They think that they're arguing with or even agreeing with a human. And you're not, because the quality of the responses from these bots is so deceptive that it's tricking us. And it's, where I think the younger generations are not so easily tricked.
Wow.
Hey, folks, quick pause for something we swear you're going to love.
This is Stir. It's not syrupy or artificial. It's a clean, natural water enhancer.
What makes Stir so pure? Well, it's their stevia and the quality of it. Their team grows their own stevia plants, and they do a natural extraction using just warm water, no chemicals, no methanol, just pure warm water. And it comes straight from the leaves.
Here's our beautiful and delicious Stir. This is fruit punch, 1 squirt, Now we have beautiful enhanced water with no sucralose, no aspartame, just real fruit flavors, vitamin C, and a hint of beet juice for color.
Sometimes we drink Stir on air. Usually we're drinking something alcoholic though. But we for sure drink it off air all day long. And you will want to too.
So we've got a deal for you. Just head to stirdrinks.com, use our code UnretiredAF15 and save 15% off your order.
So stay hydrated, my friends, and stay unretired. Now back to our show. Well, let's talk about the activist groups that are using these shady tools. So you have some groups out there that are human and, they have a cause and they really believe in it. And what they do is they use these AI bots to mass produce outrage. And, they generate emotion to make it trend. So even though they really feel like it and it's humans behind it, they're using these manipulative tactics to increase, awareness, to make it seem like more people are outraged about it than actually are. And so in my view, any of these activist groups that are using that, and again, it's both sides. I mean, we are not pointing the finger at any specific political party because they're both doing it. And there's verified, sources that say that. Go to our description for this video and I have links that show proof. These are the receipts that show proof that both sides are doing it. And it's a problem that, that goes, both. So anyway, the ethics get blurry, in my opinion, very, very blurry. And so the line between real and fake activism gets very blurred because, real activism is something our country was built on. We want to encourage that.
Yeah.
But fake activism with this astroturfing, where bots were talking to each other and they were trying to stir up outrage is bullshit. And I think there should be laws against it.
Yeah,
it's very manipulative to us.
I agree.
How is that not fraud?
I hear you. So let's take DEI rollbacks for an example.
Right.
Just for an example.
Right.
Some of the bot-supported protests were backed by real people.
Right.
It feels grassroots and organic, but it's not.
Right.
It's very scripted.
Right.
And it's very fake.
Right.
The cause can be real.
Right.
And often it is, but the tactic is very manipulative.
Well, and we want to show both sides because the DEI rollback online outrage campaign was most likely started from the conservative side, I would guess. Okay. But then you had, that wasn't, it was started from the Democrat side because they were mad when these companies, right before, in January of 2025, right before President Trump took office, the two companies, it was McDonald's and Amazon, they rolled back their DEI policies for HR. And so there was all of a sudden all this online outrage that they have found and proven that it was
bot created.
It was bot created. And so that was one example of Democrats doing that. But then we can go back a few years and there's proof also that the Target boycott that happened, because people were upset that Target was carrying certain clothing for children that they didn't agree with. And so, that was also not organic. It was not grassroots. It was a manufactured outrage trying to get people, upset about something that significantly less people were upset about.
Right.
So here's where it gets messy because you can even buy outrage.
Crazy.
All right. Well, outrage as a service is a real thing. Isn't that crazy? So you can pay these bot networks for hire. You can pay them and they can flood your post with fake shit, fake responses, Or they can create their own, if they have a lot of followers, they can create their own posts that are aligned with what you are trying to accomplish. And so, it isn't just that, like, for instance, the state actors, Russia, China, whatever, Iran, they're doing it themselves. That's an in-house job.
Right.
Where these are commercial bot networks for hire. They are politically agnostic. They don't give two shits about what any of the parties think. They are in it for one reason and one reason only. They don't care what you believe. They just want two things. They want it to trend on social media because when it does, they get paid more money.
Yeah.
It's all about money for them. So you be careful when you think about next time you see something like that,
Right. Right.
Can you give some examples of that, of what that would be?
Yeah, like crypto bros.
Oh, right. All the shit coins that are out there.
Yeah. The culture war influencers.
Oh, yeah. Both sides.
Both
full of
sides.
them.
Oh, big time.
Right.
How about brands that are trying to cancel their competition?
Oh, I didn't even really think about that.
Sure.
That's shitty. How is that not illegal? Because it's so deceptive. It's so fraudulent. People, I don't know. I think people have the right to know, and it needs to be disclosed.
Yeah. So as you just said, the more clicks they get, the more it spreads, the more money they make.
Such bullshit.
Visibility is more important than the truth.
And that's horrible.
It is horrible. That's not the way we were raised.
No, you know what? And I think as more of this kind of stuff becomes like more exposed, I think that some of the big divisions and divides in our country, speaking about here in the United States, but other places too, I think we'll start to see some more healing of that when it's revealed. And I think, I think we'll start to realize that, everyone over here isn't bad, nor is everyone over here. Right. And the things that, the bots are telling us about the other group is lies.
Right.
So we're not even, I think we just have to start having conversations. And I think this is maybe the first stage of those conversations, just realizing that some of this stuff is just bullshit.
Yeah.
So, well, finally, we're going to talk about influencers, because not everyone fanning the flame believes in the fire. So this is a different group. This is the influencers. So, and I think by now, a lot of people have realized that influencers are generally, they're just people who are sometimes famous for nothing.
Yeah.
Famous for being famous. And, they just want clicks. And a lot of times, not all of them, but a lot of them, they'll do anything to get those clicks, including creating some kind of outrage, because outrage is fuel for the algorithms. And every single social media platform, it runs and it is governed by these AI algorithms. And if there's a lot of activity and a lot of engagement, then the algorithm thinks, oh, this is good. And it starts pushing those posts out to more and more people, thinking that there's legitimate engagement and people really want to talk about it. And so it creates this false engagement.
But we know that all the influencers are there for is to stir the pot.
Most of them, right.
Then they step back and they watch it blow up.
All the while
they're making
ka-ching, ka-ching, ka-ching. And and we just need to be aware of that and understand.
Just more careful.
And it's hard though, because when you get pulled into something emotionally, but I think sometimes you just have to step back and ask yourself, why am I so upset about this? Right. I don't even care about this.
Right.
I just suddenly in the last 5 minutes started caring about this issue. And most likely it's not even a human that's stirring it up.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah.
Well, and the bots may be fake, but the consequences and the fallout for these bot campaigns is very real.
Very real.
Yeah. Well, the takeaway from today's episode is we may never fully know who's behind these, because for right now, the laws don't require them to disclose any of this. Because the technology is new, the laws haven't caught up. When you think about it, so many of the lawmakers out there are in our generation, and they are clueless when it comes to these kinds of things. Most of them. There's a few, I think, that are educated about it, but most are clueless. And But we do know that it's a mix of political ops to push their agenda. I mean, that's obvious. We know it's foreign trolls to destabilize our society. And sometimes they're paid and sometimes they're not paid. Sometimes it's the countries themselves.
Right.
And it's people who profit off of division. And make no mistake, our generation and we are the target.
Yeah. So none of this is about what side you're on.
Right.
It's about controlling the conversation.
Yeah.
Controlling the narrative. One fake trend at a time.
Mm-hmm.
And that's sad, but it's not always political.
No.
Both sides do it.
Well, and it often isn't.
Right.
It's not even the people in the politics who are pushing these political things.
Yeah. Again, we did this episode because our generation needs to be aware.
Yes.
Why? Because we have the majority of the money.
Yeah.
Please don't get pulled into this nonsense. I know that's easy to say, but if you're not real familiar with the subject, and maybe you just like to respond to people that have something out there, just try to hold back. There's just, I mean, when you think about what Tav said, 48% of the accounts on X are fake. They're bots.
And I'm sure it's got to be similar on Facebook, because Facebook has more boomers and Gen Xers than X.
Yeah.
So I bet you it's probably similar.
Yeah.
It's just a different social media platform, though. So it's a little different.
Yeah.
You might see those bots in groups, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we have a comment box. If you click it, a section, sorry.
I just like giving you shit.
If you click it, it'll open and you can add your comment. If you have any experience in this or want to share any good stories or bad stories.
If you fell for something, tell us. We all have.
So if you have a story that would give us a laugh, we'd like to hear that too.
Yeah. And a warning to others. Please comment. Well, we answer every comment, and we really appreciate you taking the time to do that. We do. And if you've enjoyed our episode today and you'd like to see more of our content in your feed, we post every weekday, Monday through Friday. So please hit that subscribe button and make sure that you don't miss a thing. Well, we're not slowing down.
And neither should you. And together we're Unretired AF.